Hello, hello, hello. It's story time. My version of a movie that I saw. I will be adding, taking away from it, just in case you saw it. I don't want you saying, that didn't happen. That's not how it was. This is my version. So I hope you enjoy it. Now, during this video, I will be pressing some sweatshirts and cutting some vegetables just to have something to do the voiceover over. Okay, so this story time, two main characters, Erica and Eric. Erica is the mother and Eric is the son. Now, I want to call this having the perfect man. Yeah, that's what we're going to call this, having the perfect man. Now, starting off, so Erica was really clingy, I'll say, to her son, overprotective, but loving, extremely loving. So she raised him really good. He's a successful lawyer. She go to all his court cases, celebrate birthdays, make birthdays a real big deal. Like the recent one, he turned 30. She wake up with a big birthday cake, go to his room, wake him up, sing happy birthday. She does that every year. Yes, Eric's still at home with mom. Now, Eric, when he was going to college to become a lawyer, he wanted to go away, right? And live on campus. Erica had a way of throwing guilt on her son, Eric. She would tell him he's all she have in the world. She don't have any parents, and that Eric's father is no longer in the picture. She has no siblings, so all she have is him. And she love him. And Eric knew his mom loved him, so he would give in. But when he turned 30, when she woke him up with the birthday cake, he was telling her, stop making a big deal out of this. I am 30 now. So she was like, but it's your birthday. You're so special to me. I have to celebrate your birthday. But, again, he's 30. So he's kind of getting tired of it, I would say. Yeah. So Eric was planning on moving out. Oh, hold on. Let me back up some. When Eric was going to college, again, he wanted to go and live on campus, right? But his mom talked him out of it. Well, what she did was said that they could compromise, that he could go away, right? But his mom got an apartment off campus and told him he could live there with her and go to college. He didn't want to. He wanted to, be a teenager, a young man, going to college, with his classmates and, having that college experience. But she would always throw the guilt on him. I do everything. I've sacrificed for you, and this is how you treat me. So Eric agreed that he would move in with her. The apartment was just a one bedroom apartment. But she gave him the bedroom. She would sleep on the couch. And during his college years, Eric only had 3 dates. Well, or 3 dates that his mom knew about. And each one of them, his mom pretty much sent the women away. Like, it was always something wrong or something she did to get in between them. So the girl wouldn't want to date him. 3 dates out of all the college years. Okay, but Eric was focusing on college. He wanted to get his degree. So even though he wanted to date, he didn't pursue it, get into it with his mom, make a big deal about it. He just, okay, college. I'll have time for girls after college, right? This was his thought process. So Eric graduated, and once they graduated, they moved back, and they got an apartment again together, a 1 bedroom apartment. And Eric had the bedroom, and the mom slept on the couch. But when Eric turned 30, Eric was ready to move out. He told his mom that at the end of the month that he would be moving into his apartment. He had already put the down payment on it, just waiting, for them to finish doing whatever they had to do to make the apartment livable, right? So she was like, you don't have to move out. This is your home, and what I'm going to do without you. And yeah. So he was like, Mom, this is not healthy for neither one of us. I need to get out and live my life. Now, as I said, she went to all his court cases. He'll be, defending a person or whatever, turn around and he see his mom. And sometimes he would look like disgusted, like, why are you here? It's like, I can't get away from you. You here, you're there. But she was saying she was trying to support her son. She would show up to his office. Let's go to lunch. I'm going to take you to lunch. And, he would probably have made arrangements to do something with his coworkers. But she was like, what about me? The guilt. But when he got 30, he was adamant on getting his apartment. He told her the end of the month he would be moving out. So what she did, his mom went to the apartment and pretty much she seduced the landlord and told the landlord, don't give this apartment to her son. So the landlord called her son, Eric, and told him somebody else got the apartment. And he was so upset, right? So she was like, do you think I had something to do with it? And he was like, no, but I'm going to stay with one of my friends until I can get an apartment. So that plan didn't work, her going over to seduce the landlord, because he was still leaving. And this time he was leaving before the end of the month. So she ran in the room and took a bunch of pills. And he rushed her to the hospital, and they pumped her stomach. But, if you ever try to do something to harm yourself, they evaluate you, put you under observation and all that. So that is what they did. So I want to say she ended up staying there a week. So Eric would go every day to visit her. And one particular day, it was a nurse was updating him on her conditions and asking him, have she ever did anything, like this before. Long story short, Eric and this nurse started dating. First thing Eric did was told her about how his mother is over protective, hover over him so much. So kind of like warning her. So if something happened that I'm telling you how she is, but I want to be in a relationship with you. Okay. Eric ended up moving with his girl. I'm going to call her Stacy. So Eric moved in with Stacy. She's a nurse. He's a lawyer. So they doing good, right? So his mom, when she got out the hospital, she thought Eric was coming back, to take care of her. But that didn't happen. Eric had moved in with Stacy before his mom got out the hospital because he wanted to prove to Stacy, I want to be in this relationship with you. We're going to do this, If I go back to my mom, it's going to be hard. It's going to be harder on their relationship. So Eric told his mom about Stacy, and OMG, she was livid. You living with the, calling her out of her name, and he was like, I'm not gonna listen to this, and so he hung up. She called him back and apologized, and said she wanted to meet her. So he brought her over. So, she seems real nice and everything, and I hope she makes you happy, and this is what she was saying. So he was looking like, something ain't right, something is not right. I know my mom. So what she did was she hired somebody to do a background check on Stacy. So the background check come back. Stacy, nothing. I mean, absolutely nothing on her. So that wasn't enough for her. So she asked the man to put some charges together, so she can show her son that she been in jail. She was a prostitute and she stole. Yeah. So he did that. She paid him. He did that. So he gave her the folder, and it looked legit. Her picture looked like she took a mugshot in jail. So Erica gave the folder to her son and said, I just want you to be happy, and I don't want you to make no mistakes. So this is what's going on with the girl that you want to be with. So he looked at the folder and he was like, I don't believe this, and I can't believe you did this. Where did you get this from? And she was like, I'm telling you, I have to look out for you. You all I have. So I had to have her checked out. And he was like, no, this is not true. This is not true. So she was like, all you have to do is ask her. And he said, oh, I will. I will ask her. And he did. He took the folder over and showed it to Stacy. And she was like, I cannot believe you believe this. Where did she get this from? This is not true. And she was like, okay, I know you told me about your mom, but she was like, if you believe this, then you need to be with your mom. He didn't believe it. And he stayed with Stacy, and he told his mom he didn't believe it. And he was going to be with Stacy. He was staying with her. So months go by, and Stacy became pregnant, right? But before she knew she was pregnant, I would say, they decided to get married. So they decided to get married before she found out she was pregnant. And Eric told his mom, and the mom didn't want that. I'm not coming. And he was like, then that's fine. That is fine. You missing out because I'm going to marry her. They just went to the courthouse, and said their I do's, and they were married. She didn't come. His mother did not come. But later, she called and said, I want to be a part of your life. I know that's your wife, and I'm sorry for all the things that I've done. You all I have, right? She would always say that. You all I have. Like you're the only man in my life. That's good. In her mind, she had men as abusers. She said her father abused her, and her mom didn't believe it. That's why she don't have any parents. Her son, father abused her. That's why they're not together. So, and she said every man that she ever met, they wanted that from her. So, yeah. And so that's how she saw men. But with her son, nothing intimate ever happened between them. So this was like the perfect man in her eyes. Well, anyway, they got married. And what she did, she went and found this man, a homeless man, hired him, told him, I got a job for you, went to the courthouse, and her and this man got her son marriage annulled. Now, the son didn't know about it, but yeah, she told the man, I would pay you. She didn't pay him, but he did sign the documents pretending to be her son, and she was pretending to be the son's wife and got the marriage annulled. And then she found out the girl was pregnant. So now she got to do something else. So now she hired somebody to unalive her son's wife. Come on, come on. Yes, she did that. Okay. So the sons get the call and find out that this happened. And as the investigation goes on, it came back to his mom. And she said, I didn't do this, and I need you to represent me. He wouldn't represent her. He told her, I don't believe you did this, but I will get you a lawyer. Now, she was charged with his wife and the unborn child being unalive. So she did get arrested, going to court. He found her a lawyer. So what he told her, her lawyer recommended that she didn't go to testify, and she wanted to. She told her son, I'm going to ace this. I got this. I'm going to, wow them. Well, she didn't. She was a horrible witness, pretty much told on herself. They caught her in a bunch of lies, and she got charged. So I'm trying to push this on because I'm slowly running out of time. But she got charged. She got sentenced. They was going to give her the gas chambers or something. And her son was trying to petition, life, give her life, but, don't unalive her. So it didn't happen. It didn't happen. So every day the son would go, and visit his mom, trying to get her to tell him the truth. What happened? Why? Why? And pretty much that's when she told him how she felt about men, and that she felt like she raised the perfect man, a good man, because her son didn't want intimacy from her. Her son was successful. He was a good person, loving, caring, affectionate, but not intimacy, because in her mind, all men wanted from her was intimacy or abusing her. And this was something she didn't get, that her son wasn't trying to do. So as time go on, it's getting close to the time for her to go in that gas chamber. So I want to say 2 days before, she was still telling him, pretty much how she was raised, and how her father abused her. Even doctors abused her. It was like everywhere she went, she was abused. So when she had her son, this was going to be how men supposed to be, the way she raised her son. And she could not risk losing him to anyone, because she finally had a good man. I know something is wrong. Something is wrong mentally, but this was her reason. That's what she was telling her son. She had a perfect, good man. All the other men are just abusers, always wanting something from her. So I want to say the last day, it was down to the hours. Eric pleaded with his mother. Said, Mom, I need you to tell me the truth. You've been convicted. There were so many people, so much evidence against you. And it's going to hurt me to continue to have this on my mind. People knowing it, and you saying you didn't do this. I need you to tell me the truth. And she said, yes, I did it. I was so afraid of losing my man. This is what she told her son. I couldn't bear losing my man. And her son just cried, because there were numerous times when he would tell her that this is not healthy. And he was like, geez, Mom, you act like I'm your boyfriend and not your son. But she would never say anything. Now, I don't know if she generally meant it like that, like my man, because there was no intimacy between them. But she said, I'm sorry. She knew it was time for her to go. But again, all she could tell him was, I could not risk losing my man. Now, I'm at the end of this. So, y'all tell me, what's wrong with this picture? Tell me, what did you get out of this? And tell me if you ever saw this movie. Again, I twisted some things. I put a spin on it. I sped it up. I took some things out. Kind of made it my own. But if you saw it, I hope you know that that was a good movie. It was a good movie. And I can't really think of the name of it, but yeah, I thought I had to do a story time on it because I felt it. I'm like, you know how you watch a movie and you get in tune with it, like, wow, OMG, something is wrong, but it grab you. Yeah, either way, it grab you. So again, I just wanted to share the story time with you all, and I hope you enjoyed it. Okay,